These are the visuals of farmers' protest that was held on March 6, 2021 to mark the 100 days of farmers' protest. These are farmers protesting and agitating at the Delhi borders, raising black flags, slogans and blocking the Kundali-Manesar Palwal KMP expressway to mark 100 days of the ongoing farmers' protests. In this video, we will have a look at the 100 days of farmers' protests that began on November 25th last year. That's the date when thousands of farmers started their march towards New Delhi demanding for a complete rollback and revocation of the 3 farm laws brought in by the central government. Now, of course, reports suggest that the central government is ready to amend and change the farm laws after 100 days of widespread protests by farmers across the country. On 6th March, during an event, Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar said, PM Narendra Modi and our government is committed to farmers' welfare. We are ready to make amendments and changes, but nobody should say the law are flawed for the sake of it. Nobody is in a position to give answers, unquote. Let me give you a short timeline of the events and the farmers' protests since the beginning. We know that the farmers' protest began against the 3 laws as they fear that these laws will result in the removal of MSP, which is minimum support price. On November 25th, 2020, the farmers started their protests mainly from Punjab and Haryana towards the national capital, where they were rejected the request to march into the capital city due to COVID protocols and reasons. Next day, on November 26, 2020, all the farmers entering the city had to face water cannons and tear gas by the police to disperse the protesters, though the police permitted them to enter Delhi for their peaceful protests at Nirankari ground later on. On November 28, 2020, Home Minister Amit Shah said he is ready to talk to farmers, but they declined his offer. They were demanding to hold protests at Jantar Mantar. On December 3, 2020, the first round of talks between the government and the representatives of farmers was held, but there was no concrete result of this meeting. Come December 5, 2020, and the second round of talks was held between farmers and the centre. Sadly, this time also, it did not produce any concrete outcome. Then on November 8, 2020, farmers called for Bharat Bandh that was supported by farmers from other states in the country. Now on December 9, 2020, farmer leaders rejected the government's offer to amend the law as they wanted a full revocation of the laws. Now the judiciary comes in the picture as the Bharatiya Kisan Union went to the Honorable Supreme Court of India against the 3 laws on December 11, 2020. And on December 16, 2020, the Supreme Court said it may form a panel with representatives from both sides, the government and the farmer unions, to end the disagreements on the 3 laws. Come December 30th, 2020, and a 6th round of talks were held between the government and farmer representatives. Here in this meeting, some outcomes were seen as the centre agreed to exempt farmers from stubble burning penalty and some other exemptions. Now let's talk about what happened in 2021 so far. On January 4th this year, a 7th round of talks were held between the government and farmer representatives. Sadly, it remained an ineffective meeting because the centre did not agree to repeal the laws this time also. On January 12th of this year, the Honorable Supreme Court of India stayed the implementation of the 3 laws and formed a 4-member committee on the matter. Now, on Republic Day, thousands of farmers and protesters conducted a tractor rally in which there were clashes with the police. The protesting farmers had marched to Red Fort demanding for the complete rollback of the law. There was chaos and violence reportedly from this event. Reports suggest one protester had died, and so far more than 44 FIRs are registered related to the Republic Day violence and chaos. On February 4th this year, the government criticized some celebrities and others for supporting farmers' protest. This happened after pop icon Rihanna, climate activist Greta Thunberg and others tweeted about farmers' protest. Farmers held nationwide Chakka Jam protests on February 6, 2021, followed by Rail Roku nationwide protests on February 18th. And lastly, on March 5th, the Punjab Vidhan Sabha passed a resolution that was regarding an unconditional withdrawal of the farm laws in the interest of the farmers.